Hello YouTube. This is a quick update on the Wannacry the web hack. This is coming from Zero Hedge. Update confirming our earlier report that Monday could get ugly for global computer systems. The Wall Street Journal writes on Sunday afternoon, the cybersecurity experts are expecting another wave of computer system attacks that encrypt files and demand ransoms to unlock them on Monday. As companies and government agencies are seeking to restore normal operations and figure out their routes of attack. The attacks, which made over 200,000 victims in the last 150 and at least 150 countries, affect only computers running Microsoft Core, Windows that haven't installed the security patch that the company released in March. The emergency patch it released for old Windows systems over the weekend. The problem is that it can take organizations, especially large ones, a long time to install these patches. I think there's going to be a lot of infections Monday morning, said Ofer Israeli, chief executive at Tel Aviv-based cybersecurity firm Elusive Networks. Time will tell how quickly people are going to patch their systems. If the answer is not fast enough, what started off as a modest crippling of global Windows-based systems could become a full-blown global paralysis. Let me scroll down here. But they also go on to say there was a silver lining in what has been dubbed the world's biggest ransomware attack. It struck on Friday mid-afternoon in Europe, just as businesses were winding down for the weekend, and as a result, the full impact of the forced system shutdowns will not be fully felt over the weekend, when businesses and infrastructures are generally operating at subdued pace. However, with the weekend coming to a close, the full extent of the infected damage may become apparent in just a few hours. That was the warning of the Europe Executive Director Rob Wainwright, who is on ITV's Peston on Sunday, that additional distributions are likely as people return to work Monday and on their desktop systems, and as a result, the unraveled global cyber attack is poised to continue claiming victims. Let's see, he goes on to say, at the moment, we are in the face of an escalating threat that numbers are going up. I am worried about how the numbers will continue to grow when people go to work and turn their machines on Monday morning. The latest count is 200,000 victims in at least 150 countries. Many of those will be businesses, including large corporations. We've seen the rise in ransomware becoming a principal threat, but this is something we haven't seen before. The global reach is unprecedented. Wainwright also said. He also said that the organizations across the globe, including the investigators from the National Crime Agency, NCA, are now working non-stop to hunt down those responsible for the ransomware. As we reported on Saturday, the initial attack was halted when a security researcher disabled a key mechanism used by the worm to spread. But the experts said that the hackers were likely to mount a second attack, because so many users and personal computers with Microsoft operating systems couldn't or didn't download the security patch. Microsoft said in the blog post Saturday that it was taking the highly unusual step to provide the patch for older versions of Windows. It was otherwise no longer supported, including Windows XP and Windows Server 2003. Well, let's see what else they say. As the Wall Street Journal confirms, the attacks could worsen on Monday because of how the virus works. So I guess we're looking to see if this worm is still going to be going on. They say the virus contains two parts. One is the ransomware, which locks the computer files and displays a message saying that the files will be locked and eventually destroyed unless the user sends payment. The other part is known as the spreader. Once the virus makes its way onto the computer, perhaps when the user opens an infected email attachment, the spreader transmits itself to other computers on the network. The British researcher, who wishes to be unidentified only as a malware attack, found a kill switch in the spreader. The spreader was designed to contact a web address to see whether it should further spread itself, but the hackers hadn't bought that web address. So the malware tech guy, and he basically logged on, hit a key, and stopped it all. So we got hit worldwide with all of our professionals and our security analysis in the U.S. and all this. We supposedly did not know what to do, and we couldn't stop the virus. But here comes this tech guy who I guess bought an IPO address or something like that, and pushed a button and stopped it. I don't know why our NSA couldn't do that. Well, it also goes on saying cybersecurity experts expect the latest version of the worm to have a no-kill switch. So when the workers return to the office Monday morning and turn on their computers, they might open an infected email attachment or connect an already infected laptop to their organization's non-security patch network, and it'll spread the worm again. But there was some good news. Having tipped their hand on Friday and allowing hacking countermeasures to be implemented, about 97% of UK facilities and doctors disabled by the attack were back to normal operations. Home Security Amber Rood said Saturday after the government meeting. As reported on Friday, at the height of the attack, Friday and early Saturday, 48 organizations in the NHS were affected, and hospitals in London, Northwest England, Central England urged people with non-emergency conditions to stay away as technicians tried to stop the spread of this malicious software. There will be lessons to learn from this, they say. What appears to be the biggest criminal cyber attack in history, Rood said, cited by Bloomberg, in response to the letter from Jonathan Ashworth, the Shadow Secretary of the State Health. Go on saying, meanwhile, according to Tom Robinson, Chief Operating Officer and co-founder of Elliptic Enterprise Ltd., a ransomware consultant that works with banks and companies, victims have already paid about $30,000 in ransom so far, with the total expected to rise substantially next week, said Robinson. And an interview by email said calculated to the total base of payments tracked to Bitcoin addresses specified in the ransom demands, the number which is likely to a conservative estimate will only embolden the hackers to become even aggressive in their next attack. Well, so apparently a few countries or a few businesses already paid out $30,000 in ransom so far in Bitcoin to these hackers. Uh, I don't know what you guys think, but this is what I think. That's pretty dangerous. They just paid these hackers that basically stopped everything in the world, and they gave in and basically paid cyber terrorists. So what's that mean? I just get ready for more of these cyber terrorists to come out. Now that they know that these companies and these countries are, will pay them to unlock their info. That's a dangerous thing. I think there's more hackers out there than we know, and these guys are getting smarter and smarter by the minute. So what's going to happen when the when the hackers, get better at this, and they hack all the hospitals, or maybe our security systems in our government? What's going to happen then? They already know they can get away with it. They already know they'll get paid. So, and that's part of the reason why we don't like to pay ransoms, because you pay one ransom, some other fool's gonna come up and make you pay another, and it keeps on going on. That's a dangerous cycle. So it's just food for thought. This came from Zero Hedge. Check them out. They always come out with news articles way before the news does. So you give me your thoughts, give me your opinions, tell me what you're thinking, because what I'm thinking right here, right now, is this is getting way out of hand. We don't know what's going to happen on Monday, and I guess we're going to find out. It's been, 4 days since this attack, and I believe that in 7 days they said they're going to wipe out all the info. And this attack is still going on. There's a map online that shows a real-time update of the countries that are being hit right as we speak. And I'm not sure, I haven't really looked at it a lot, but I could have sworn a couple of days ago it had a lot less dots on that map. So, like I said, if this happens, pray for those people that go to the hospitals and need surgeries. I heard somewhere in Russia, the surgeries have already been halted, and people were told not to come in and for their surgeries. And some of these surgeries, they've been waiting for months and months and months. You guys know how long it takes for someone to get a surgery in the United States. And so this is a dangerous situation. We're going to find out on Monday what's going to go on, but keep your ears open, keep your eyes open. If you guys have this Microsoft stuff, make sure you got your the web patches they put on there. Keep these guys in your prayers. Keep these people that need a hospital help in their prayers. Make sure, just pray that Monday just goes off without a hitch. But I don't think they are. I don't think it is. They've already paid up. That just emboldens these hackers to try to get something better. And we don't know where this worm went that is eventually affecting all the other computers. They say that you turn one computer on, yeah, you get that email, that ransom, but then there's a worm that goes through that and goes through other computers that are on too. So we don't know where this worm is. We don't know where it's ending up, and just keep these people in your prayers, guys. And this is from Zero Hedge. All right, guys, there's power in prayer. Believe that.